Hi Year 6 and welcome to your final reading lesson of the week. It is everyone's favourite lesson and it is the VIPERS questions lesson. So our work for today is to answer VIPERS questions. So these are available on the website for you to print off, or if you've not got the necessary equipment to do that, then you can just look at them on screen and write the answers down on some paper, write them in your green books, type them up. It's completely up to you. So I'll quickly just talk you through the questions that we are going to be looking at today. So question 1, find and copy the word that is closest in meaning to happening very frequently. So something which happens, very, very often. Okay, so what word would that be from the text we've looked at this week? Number 2, how effective is the first paragraph of the story in wanting you to read on? Use evidence from the text to support your answer. Well, we actually discussed this on Monday, really, because when we started reading it, we were all really engaged and hooked in straight away. So for that, I will definitely have a look at the first few sentences and what is it that, really hooked us in there. Question 3. Tick one box in each row to determine whether the following statements are true or false. The narrator's school was called St. Giles. Is that true or false? The narrator was friends with Kenzu. Is that true or false? The narrator was 12 when he disappeared. Is that true or false? The narrator had a black and white sheepdog when he was younger. Is that true or false? Question 4. Do you think the Mudlarks were good at football? Find a piece of evidence to suggest they were, and then a piece of evidence to suggest they weren't. So here it says, yes, the Mudlarks were good at football. So what evidence is there that they were good at football? Well, straight away in my head, I can remember it said that they were always a few goals up because they were used to the football sticking in the mud and the other teams thought that it'd bounce. So I know that straight away, but I would just check the text to make sure I got it correctly and wrote it down correctly. And then I need a piece of evidence that suggests that no, the Mudlarks weren't good at football. And I think if I remember correctly, it says something in the text about when they had some away matches. So maybe go back and have a look around there. Question 5, explain. Explain why the narrator's father called the school the monkey school. Now, I did put this on yesterday as an example of VIPERS question. So we should all be able to have a good go at that one there. Number 6, look at the illustration on the front page. What do you think is going to happen in the rest of the book? Well, that signifies then that the illustration on the first page is really important to the rest of the story. And I think we did write that as a wonder or a question, actually. So, if you remember about the illustration, you can go back and have a look. We said it was some sort of a big city with a harbour or a pier on, didn't we? And there's some boats there. So I wonder if there's anything to do with either a fishing trip maybe, and then something happens with one of the boats. I'm not sure, but that's something for you to have a think about. Okay, so obviously the image does have some significance there, so well done if you figured that out. And question 7, which of the following best summarises the whole text? So tick 1. The narrator met and liked someone called Kenzu. The narrator had been dishonest for a long time. The narrator is about to share a true story, or someone disappeared. Well, these ones tend to be quite tricky, these summarised questions, because they could all be true. Someone did disappear. Someone was dishonest. Someone was about to share a true story, and someone did meet someone called Kenzu. But the question asks which best summarises the whole text that we've read. Okay, so have a careful think about that one as well. So there are your VIPERS questions for today, Year 6. Don't forget, they are available on the website if you would like to use them from there, or obviously you can just use them from the video. Okay, and if you want, you can tweet them in or email them to your teachers as well. Good luck, everyone, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye. Bye.